Hello, time seekers. Do you ever find yourself in the situation that you plan your week with so much that it can't possibly fit? And in the end of the week, you didn't get to do everything and you feel bad about it? Then the next week, you do it again and again. If that is the case, if you're continuously planning more than you can possibly fit and then get angry with yourself for not making it, I'd like to help you. Thing is, it doesn't have to be that difficult because we know how long a week is. A week is 168 hours. And if we try to squeeze in 300 hours of activities, it just never will work. So instead of trying to squeeze in everything you possibly can and then get angry when it doesn't fit, figure out how long things take and fill your glass of time, as I often refer to it, in the right order so you can get as much as possible done within your 168 hours. Now, that might sound tedious. Do I have to figure out how long everything takes? Well, my concept is that you only do that once. You create your typical week. How long does this take? How long does that take? And then the rest of the things, the ones that are not typical, then you know how much time there's left for them. So I have this holistic time management planner that helps you do this. So there's one page, or several pages actually, but there's one page that helps you work with your typical week. So let me show you that more on the screen. That's going to make it much easier for you to see. So what I help you with this time management planner is that not only am I helping you remembering, okay, how much time does everything take, but also filling your glass in the right order. I often talk about a glass of time. And if we start with making sure we take care of our energy, meaning we take care of our needs, we know that we're going to have energy enough to take care of all the things that need to be done rather than wasting time being tired. So first you look at, okay, how much time do I need to set aside for sleep? And you can take into account that maybe you are in a position so you're able to take naps. Maybe you need an evening routine to kind of calm down before you go to bed. Check how long does that take in your week. Eating nutritious, good food takes time. If you include everything around it, you most likely need to buy the food, cook the food, and clean afterwards. And maybe you are sharing this with whoever you're living with, and maybe you don't do anything of this and that person does. So depending on what your situation is, you can fill that in. How much time do you need for moving? Fill that in. And then relationships, the thing that really matters for our energy, and we way too often take for granted that, I'll see them, I'll be around, I'll talk to them. But actually, since it's so important to consciously take time to be with your loved ones is really important. And how much time does that then take? So you do that with the needs so you get energy. Then we must make sure, or we don't have to do anything, but it's really great to do the things you love. Because if you don't do them in your week, when will you? What we too often learn is that first we do all the things we have to do, then we do the things we want to do. And by that time, the time is up. The glass is full. So consciously plan things you want to do. And I have people who tell me, Annika, you're nuts. There's no time whatsoever for the things I want to do. And I said, then start small. Squeeze in a little. Because happy, energetic people will always get more done than bored, worn out, unhappy people. Right? So make sure that you have something you really want to do every week as well. Then you look at all the things you typically do, the things you could do, as I call it. I know that if you haven't yet taken any of my classes, you might feel like you should or have to or must, but they're all choices. Then you look at, okay, how much time do I spend going to work? How much time do I spend taking care of kids' activities? How much time on chores? Check how much that is. And when you add up everything, and don't forget to have spare, because our weeks don't always turn out to be exactly the way we planned them, then see how much is that. Is it more than 168 hours? Then you get work to do. Then you're continuously trying to put in more than fits. Is it a lot less? Maybe you forgot something. If it is a little bit less, good. then you probably have found how it normally is when you work. And once you do this work once in this planner or anywhere else, then you can look at for every week, because of course not every single week is the same. Then you see, okay, so this particular week we have this big deadline at work, so I'm probably going to work some overtime. Then you know that, okay, +5 or 10 or whatever that is. Or this week I have family coming over, or this week someone else is taking care of the chores, so I get less hours. So you just know, okay, what's the difference? Okay, this week I have actually 5 hours less, or I have 5 hours more that I can do something else. And then you list your additional goods. There is space, I can do something more. So instead of finding yourself in this situation that you continuously put in way more into your glass than can possibly fit, look at it very straightforward. It's 168 hours. How much am I trying to push in there? And then put it into the right order, since, as I keep saying, energetic, happy people will always get more done than unhappy, worn out, stressed out people. So take care of yourself, take care of your time. If you want my help with that, let me know.